Hi, Kiko.
Thank you for taking the time.
Thank you. My pleasure.
So your sister's moving back to San Antonio. So have you been back here recently?
Yeah, I was just there from, well, my nephew graduated from Texas State, so I was just, but we were staying in San Antonio, at
Oh,
my
okay.
parents' old house. Yeah.
Very cool. Well, congratulations on the book. I haven't gotten a chance to read it yet, but some people might say 49 might be a bit too young to write a memoir. Did you ever second guess whether you'd, quote, live enough life to put it all down in a book, or did you feel like your story was ready to be told?
Well, it's not like a memoir like Barbara Streisand wrote. It's not like a look at this grand life. It's more like look at all these dumb stories that it's happened to me in the last 50 years. So yes, it is a little young, but it's more about it's really primarily focused on what it took to finally declare what I wanted my life to be.
Right.
So it's more aimed at that. And hopefully I'm not done. Hopefully there's more life to happen.
Yeah, there'll be a part two, definitely.
Yeah,
So
or
did
many.
so did writing a memoir at this age, did it feel more like you were reminiscing and capturing memories, or just trying to make sense of them?
Oh, that's such a good question. Well, it felt more like I was looking for what's the funniest way to tell this story?
Okay.
What's the most humorous way to tell this story? Because it's more of like a book of comedic essays than it is like, this is my life, my beautiful life.
Mhm.
So yeah, more like, yeah, what's the funny part of all of these stories? Which, by the way, it was usually pretty easy to find the funny part.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean, you've been somebody as an actor that who can take uncomfortable situations and find humor in them. So I'm guessing that was the same way as that you did with this book. There were some hard things that you had to face, but you wanted to make them at least a little bit entertaining.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, nobody wants to read a book that's like just my journal where I'm processing my feelings, right? So I've tried to make it be funny and entertaining and interesting and take people along on a ride that's fun, not just a trod. I don't want you to be like, oh God, it's like watching whatever Zone of Interest or something.
Oh goodness, that was a movie, definitely.
Yeah, that was a movie, period.
So you brought up a journal. So were all these memories something that you had and that you just brought back out, or were some of these things documented in journals growing up?
Yeah, I have kept journals for a long period of my life, so I was able to go back to certain parts of my. I mean, to be honest, sometimes the journals are sporadic. So like there
Right.
were there were stories that I was like, I'm just gonna have to go with my memory on this one. And a couple of them where I thought I remembered it perfectly, and then I shared it with the people who were also in the story, and they were like, no, that's not how it happened, or what have you. And so I had to make changes.
Did anything surprise you when you went back far enough to where you're like, oh, I don't remember that happening in that certain way or anything like that?
Yes, there was I kept a journal in college when I was studying abroad, and when I reread that, I was like, wow, I completely forgot about this thing that happened. And and also just like I was like, I can't believe this is how I thought and acted.
Yeah,
Oh God, I'm glad I've changed.
yeah, exactly. I've had an online journal. I did when I was 19. Nothing on a book, but I went back. You can go to the Wayback Machine
Oh
and
yeah.
see that stuff. And I'm just, man, I was a little jerk.
I was just really emo.
So how much of San Antonio is in the book? I'm sure you go through a lot of your life here.
Yep, I talk about growing up. I mean, I don't, like no, but again, it's I have read a lot of celebrity memoirs. In fact, the book is sort of based around
Right.
my idea of what the best celebrity memoir is. And so I know from reading celebrity memoirs that the part where the person talks about their childhood is always so boring. So I tried to make that shorter and sweeter than anything. But I talk about growing up Christian, and I talk about also growing up really bullied. And both of those things happened in San Antonio.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm just wondering, like growing up in the 90s, San Antonio, I'm sure did it shape who you are today?
Oh God, yeah. And also it was more the 80s than the 90s. But yes, it absolutely did shape the way I am today. I mean, like profoundly. And um in both good and bad. I think that I think because it was the 80s and I was a perceived gay kid, the bullying was much harder for me in especially in Texas, where macho attitude is sort of whatever, held as the ideal.
Right.
But also I found an incredible community in San Antonio. Like my church community growing up was such a refuge, and I feel so grateful to have them. And that's where I really learned all about community and leaning on each other. So that part is great.
I'm not sure if you know this, but we just elected our first LGBTQ mayor.
I
San
did hear
Antonio.
that. Somebody Instagram messaged
Yeah.
me. Yes,
Gina
what's her
Ortiz
name?
Jones.
Oh, what is it?
Gina Ortiz Jones.
Gina Ortiz Jones. Yes. Somebody just texted or Instagram messaged me, Jeff, we elected a lesbian. I was like, right.
Yeah, yeah. All the conservative white men over here, straight are going crazy. They don't know what to do.
God.
Like, where do I put all this testosterone now?
I don't build a deck.
What do you think that says about the city now and what you experienced while living here? And I know you said some was good, some was bad, but you're right. Back in the 80s, I can remember kids, they're just so hateful. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. And I don't know, maybe kids are that way now too. I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't have kids. But yeah, I think I mean I think hearing that is so beautiful. I mean the other thing is that like you kind of like I think San Antonio is the eighth largest city in the country.
I think it's seventh, yeah.
Seventh. It's moved up. Um and it's like a metropolitan area. And actually when I was just home, because since my sister moved back, we were like, oh, let's go, first we went to like El Haro, which is like our restaurant we went to growing up. But then we started like going to other places and we were like, oh, this place is cute. Oh, I love this little coffee shop and stuff. And because I grew up there, I forget like, oh yeah, this is like a fancy city. It's not like, you know, it's not like whatever
Yeah, it's not like
woods.
LA, New York, Chicago. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it is like LA and New York, it's not like New York, but it's like LA, maybe a little bit like Chicago. I mean, except for it's got all this great, it's got way better Mexican food.
Okay, now I gotta ask you about Mexican food. What's your favorite? What's your go-to at El Haro?
Mm. Well, I know at Alamo Cafe I always get the ponchos. The thing is that I recently became a vegetarian, like within
Uh-oh.
the
Okay.
last year, and so like my orders are really different now. So I have to get like the cheese enchiladas with no red sauce because the red sauce has beef in it. So
Okay.
I'm learning new things. Like at El Haro this last time they had a whole vegetarian section. I was like, what? I got these mushroom enchiladas. They were good. They were good. I don't know, it'll be my go-to forever.
Right. Well, just have a couple more questions before I let you go. But I read you brought up that you kind of looked at other memoirs, or you're a reader of other memoirs. I saw that you read Rosie Perez's, Molly Shannon's. So how do you decide what memoirs to read? Like, do you have to be a fan of that person? Or does it have to be a celebrity? Like, how do you decide? Because that's a small you have to put time into it, right? To read a actual book.
To read a whole book. Yeah, I mean, well, first of all, I do read things other than celebrity memoirs. I want you to know. But it is sort of my favorite genre, without a doubt. And I tend towards, I mean, I think, other people would probably be like, I don't want to read about Candace Bergen or whatever. And, fair, fair. I can't knock you for that. But I tend towards actresses of a certain age, which is
There you
why I
go.
chose that title for the book because I just really love those. Those are usually stories about women who have fought adversity and created big, beautiful lives for themselves, and that's always what I wanted in my life too. And so I enjoy reading stories about those people.
And then so if somebody's walking through a Barnes and Noble and they see you in your frock, is that what you is that what you're hoping
Frock.
leads them? Is that a right word? Is that a
Yeah, well, I wanted the photo to be, oh, you mean is frock the right word? I think
yeah?
frock is a dress, and
Is
I'm
it
in more of a headscarf. I
okay?
think it's a,
Scarf, yeah.
um, but what I want people to look at is be like, that is a ridiculous photo. I bet that book is funny. And hopefully it is.
Hey, if it puts you in that light as a kind of sort of diva, then I think you've got it going.
Yeah. And
I
you
love
know
it.
what? I am a diva. I'm not a diva. I hate conflict. I couldn't be a diva if I tried. I'm a person, an actor who has fought his way to the lower middle rung of the ladder.
And an actor who's going to spend a lot more time in San Antonio, which hopefully will be a lot of fun for you. It's grown a lot. The joke right now is that, 15 years ago you could get anywhere in 15 minutes, and that's not the case anymore here. It's
Oh yeah, that
yeah,
is really true.
yeah,
That is really true because 1604 was crowded. I was like, 1604 used to be like nomad land. It was
yeah,
like
you'd see like cows and deer and stuff.
exactly. I was like, why is there traffic? Ugh.
Exactly. Hey, Jeff, well, thank you so much for taking the time. We're really excited about telling more people about your memoir. And or
Thank you.
how do you pronounce it? Is it memoir or is it memoir? I don't know.
You put something weird in my head. I think memoir. Memoir. Yeah, memoir.
That'll work. Jeff, thank you so much. Have a good rest of your day, and we'll talk soon.
Thank you, Kigo. I
All right.
appreciate it. Seriously.
Have a good day. Bye.